Orcas hunt through intelligence, speed, and overwhelming coordination. Every approach carries power, timing, and clear strategy. Even other predators can lose their advantage against an orca pod. So who can truly escape a hunt that has been calculated with near-perfect precision? The orca is an intelligent marine mammal that stands at the top of the ocean's food chain. Although often called a whale, it is actually the largest member of the dolphin family. Its strength lies not only in physical power, but in highly precise coordination. Each pod develops its own hunting strategies and communication signals, passed down through generations. In the cold expanse of the ocean, the orca stands as a symbol of intelligence and adaptability. Across the open sea, dolphins have long been seen as symbols of speed and intelligence. Their streamlined bodies, bursts of more than 20 miles per hour, and lightning-fast changes in direction make them stand out across the moving surface. They hold formation through refined sound signals, moving as if every distance has already been measured. In the wild, they are both graceful and sharp, perceptive enough to keep pace with the rhythm of the sea. But in the Pacific, even a large dolphin pod numbering nearly 1,000 individuals cannot always keep control. When orcas appear, the balance shifts almost instantly. They deploy a pincer formation with cold, precise coordination. One group keeps pressure from behind, forcing the dolphins to change direction again and again as the formation gradually stretches apart. The other group circles ahead, sealing off the escape route. The moment one individual falls out of sync with the shared shield, the advantage immediately shifts to the side with better organization. Inside the tightening ring, one well-timed move, delivering force measured in tens of thousands of pounds force, is enough to send a dolphin surging out of the water in a burst of impact. That encounter shows that speed has never been an absolute advantage. Collective intelligence is what ultimately shapes the balance. And the orca stands as a master strategist. Along the Patagonian coast, the sandy shore is not simply a place of rest, but a fragile line between calm and danger. Here, sea lions weighing hundreds of pounds lie close together, enjoying the stillness after hours of hunting in cold water. But farther offshore, the ocean's top hunters quietly study the tidal cycle with the precision of a mathematician. When the tide reaches its peak an orca suddenly surges to around 30 miles per hour, borrowing energy from the waves to perform a technique known as intentional stranding. Rather than charging in blindly, it targets the sea lion's exposed position, using a bite force measured in the thousands of pounds to gain control. One powerful twist of the body is enough to overwhelm the sea lion before the orca uses the pull of the retreating surf to slide its massive 12,000-pound body back into the ocean. But Patagonia is not defined only by encounters at the water's edge. Farther offshore, where sea lions spread out to feed, a different kind of battlefield takes shape. Under the guidance of an experienced female leader, young orcas learn how to track direction, cut off retreat, and separate one individual from the group. There, each pursuit is not only a search for food, but also a lesson in survival. In that way, the ocean always belongs to those who are not only powerful, but also able to pass strategy from one generation to the next. The great white shark has long been a symbol of quiet strength in cold seas. Reaching nearly 20 feet in length and delivering an estimated bite force of around 4,000 pounds force, this predator is known for ambushes from below, rising with sudden speed to control seals near the surface. In a world defined by timing and precision, it has few true rivals. But today, the hunter finds itself under pressure. From the depths, orcas appear and quickly close their formation. They do not rush in head-on. Instead, they approach from blind angles, cutting off movement and pushing the shark out of rhythm. A single, well-timed impact can roll the shark over, placing it into a temporary state known as tonic immobility. For the orca, this is not a display of force, but a matter of survival. The shark's oil-rich liver provides a dense source of energy in cold waters. Here, the final advantage does not belong to sharper teeth, but to the one that turns collective intelligence into a decisive edge. And that is why the orca is often seen as the true ruler of the ocean. In the deep, quiet ocean, a living monument holds its place. The blue whale. Reaching up to about 100 feet in length and weighing more than 300,000 pounds, this giant moves like a drifting island across the vast sea. In such an immense space, that scale can seem like an untouchable shield, guarding the powerful heart that steadily sustains its entire body. Yet in a world this wide, even that advantage doesn't always hold. From below, the shadows of orcas begin to appear. They do not rush in. They keep their distance, watch closely, and slowly tighten into a flexible formation. Some hold the direction of movement, while others sweep in from both sides, constantly adjusting position to put pressure on the whale's swimming rhythm. Records from waters off Bremer Bay show that pursuits like this can last for more than an hour, with the intensity barely easing. The blue whale answers with powerful tail strikes, but the strength of a single animal struggles to break that coordinated ring. When one orca pulls back, another quickly takes its place. Under the pressure of the deep ocean, the balance gradually shifts toward strategy. Here, the one that controls the final rhythm is not always the largest, but the one that works with greater precision. In the frozen ocean, each drifting ice floe appears like a fragile island, where seals take advantage of rare moments of rest after long journeys through dark water. Rising only a few feet above the surface, they seem safely beyond the reach of danger. But just below, the rhythm of the water begins to change as intelligent dark shapes quietly move in. The orcas begin with the carefully calculated technique known as wave washing. The pod forms a horizontal line, swimming in parallel with perfect timing before diving in unison. The final tail strike sends up a wave nearly 5 feet high, driving a massive volume of water forward, shaking the icy platform, breaking its stability, and pushing the seal into the freezing sea, where a new order has already been set in place. This technique is not a sudden instinct, but an inherited skill passed down through generations. Young orcas spend years closely following the pod to learn how to control the water with precision. It is a long process of discipline and practice, proving that collective intelligence is the most valuable legacy behind their lasting power across generations. Across the vast oceans of the southern hemisphere, the humpback whale stands as a symbol of enduring strength and deep protective instinct. With pectoral fins stretching up to about 16 feet, it carries a form that appears both immense and calm in the open sea. Yet even that steadiness is constantly tested by the orca, a predator known for close coordination and rare patience. In Australian waters, this is not simply an encounter, but a harsh trial of endurance. Rather than attacking the mother whale, which weighs many tons, the orca pod maintains a flexible formation, constantly shifting position to isolate the calf. Most unsettling is the way it turns maternal instinct into a point of pressure. One orca may mimic the motion of lifting the calf toward the surface, the same movement the mother uses to help it breathe. Just a few inches of mistimed response can draw the young whale away from the shelter of those massive pectoral fins. After hours of resisting relentless pressure, once the mother begins to lose the ability to shield the calf, the encounter turns decisively in the pod's favor. Against that frigid backdrop, with the fading echo of humpback song in the distance, the ocean seems to whisper a harsh truth. In the dance of survival, even those who reach out to protect can still fall behind by a single breath. Across the African grasslands, nature unfolds within one of the harshest battlegrounds on Earth. Here, lions dominate through raw power and intense hunting pressure. Every close approach sends prey into panic across an unforgiving world of survival. Yet other rivals are always waiting for the right moment to challenge that dominance. And when the struggle for control finally erupts, which predator truly rules the plains? The lion is one of the most powerful and socially organized big cats in the wild. They live in structured prides, with clear roles shared among each member. Male lions stand out through strength and an imposing presence, while lionesses are known for agility and coordinated hunting skills. In nature, the lion is not only a top predator, but also a symbol of power, order, and survival instinct. The grasslands do not belong only to predators on dry land. Where rivers cut through the open plains, hippos establish territory with massive bodies and a strongly territorial nature. An adult can weigh more than 3,000 pounds, enough to make any intruder hesitate. For lions, this is one of the most difficult rivals to approach. Each time a lion drinks near the river's edge, a hippo may rise suddenly and close the distance very quickly. When a lion crosses a river or moves through muddy ground, the danger becomes even greater because escape routes are limited. Once a hippo controls the direction of movement, the lion must change course in time to avoid a disadvantage. In that moment, agility becomes a vital advantage. But when food becomes scarce, a pride of lions may observe more boldly. They watch hippos leaving the water to graze, then wait until the distance becomes close enough. On land, the hippo is still not easy to overwhelm. Its mouth can open nearly 180 degrees, and its ability to reach about 22 miles per hour over short distances helps it create pressure and find a path back to the water. A real opportunity usually appears only when a young hippo or an individual moves too far from safety. The lions coordinate carefully, using powerful restraint against resistance from the massive jaws. Only when the target loses its movement advantage can the encounter quickly shift direction. Along the boundary between water and land, no species holds an absolute advantage. The hippo reminds the lion that power on the grasslands always has limits, and survival belongs to the one that reads the right moment. In East Africa, zebras and lions stand as two opposing symbols. The lion represents strength, patience, and hunting instinct. The zebra lives in herds, stays constantly alert, and relies on speed, sharp vision, and powerful hind kicks for defense. An adult can weigh more than 700 pounds, enough to turn the hunt into a dangerous challenge even for a top predator. When a lion spots a herd of zebras, it does not rush forward immediately. It hides in the tall grass, uses the wind direction, and closes the distance step by step. When the target separates from the herd or loses rhythm, the sudden burst begins. Red dust rises, hooves thunder across the ground, and a single mistimed moment can decide the outcome. But the zebra is not easily overwhelmed. If the lion closes in from the wrong angle, it may face hind kicks powerful enough to force the predator back. Even when pushed into a disadvantage, the zebra can still react fiercely through its final survival instinct. Still, the lion does not give up. With hunting success often below 30%, every meal is a reward earned through patience and risk. In many areas, zebras can make up an important part of a lion's diet, though that share changes with the season and habitat. Across the grasslands, victory rarely comes easily. It belongs to the one that knows how to wait for the right moment. Across the African grasslands, the spotted hyena is one of the lion's most persistent rivals. They live in large clans that can sometimes exceed 80 members, organized through a complex matriarchal hierarchy and remarkable coordination. Powerful jaws, distinctive vocal calls, and exceptional endurance have made them one of the true competitors of the king of the plains. When a lone male lion moves out to feed, even a body weighing more than 400 pounds can still be challenged by sheer numbers. Dozens of hyenas circle around, rushing in, closing the distance, then pulling back again and again. Rather than forcing a direct confrontation, they create pressure through sound, formation, and relentless persistence. Their objective is to drive the lion away from the food source or force it out of a favorable position. Another encounter unfolds when a pride of lionesses has just completed a successful hunt. The scent of food draws hyenas in from multiple directions. They move along the outer edges of the formation, testing openings and waiting for a chance to claim a share. But when a male lion arrives, even a single heavy step is often enough to make the clan keep its distance. When a distracted hyena is spotted, the lion may close in quickly, using its size advantage to overpower the rival within moments. Even dens scattered across the open plains are often kept under lion control, forcing hyena clans to relocate frequently in order to protect their young. For that reason, lions and hyenas have remained long-standing rivals across the African grasslands. Their constant competition is what keeps the plains moving within such a fragile balance. Across the open African grasslands, the cheetah stands as a symbol of pure speed. With a lightweight frame, a flexible spine, and the ability to accelerate close to 70 miles per hour, it is built for explosive pursuits. During a hunt, the cheetah commits everything to a few seconds of perfectly timed acceleration. That sudden burst is what makes it the fastest cat on Earth. But that speed also comes with limits. After the chase, the body overheats quickly, breathing becomes heavy, and endurance drops sharply. The cheetah must stop to recover at the exact moment its ability to defend itself is weakest. That vulnerable pause often draws the attention of larger rivals. When a male lion appears, the atmosphere across the grassland changes immediately. Each step forward is concealed by wind and terrain. The lion closes the distance with patience before launching a sudden charge that sweeps across the grass like a passing shadow. In moments like that, the cheetah may have little chance to escape. For the cheetah, even a brief loss of rhythm can cause every escape route to disappear. Encounters like these become survival lessons. Feed quickly after a successful hunt, leave early, and maintain distance whenever signs of lions appear. For a mother cheetah raising cubs, that caution becomes even more important. For the lion, it is another way to reinforce territory through strength, boldness, and pressure. Across the grasslands, speed creates opportunity, but power belongs to the predator that knows how to turn the landscape into an advantage. The African ecosystem operates like a complex network, where every predator must protect its place within the struggle for survival. Across the grasslands, the African wild dog may not match the lion in strength, but it remains one of the most difficult rivals to compete with. Wild dogs hunt through speed, endurance, and remarkable coordination, with success rates reaching nearly 80% in some hunts. That efficiency is what intensifies the conflict with lions. When lions detect the scent trails or denning areas of wild dogs, they may move in to create pressure. Young pups, not yet fast or experienced enough to keep up with the pack, often become the greatest vulnerability. Once a den site is exposed, the safety of the next generation is immediately placed at risk. In other encounters, danger can arrive quickly when a wild dog becomes too focused on the chase and strays too far from the pack formation. A male lion may wait silently within the tall grass, and only a few explosive strides are enough to erase the distance. Once the wild dogs lose formation, their coordination advantage rapidly weakens. For wild dogs, the appearance of lions often means abandoning a hard-earned meal. It is the choice they make to avoid danger and survive another day. In the wild, power is not defined only by the hunt, but also by the ability to control territory and force rivals to retreat. The snake strikes in an instant, so fast that the prey barely understands what has happened. Without legs and without making loud noise, it closes the distance in silence and strikes with remarkable precision. When facing other predators, the snake does not rely on defense alone, but turns every moment into a test of survival. And once the first sudden motion begins, every sense of safe distance quickly becomes an illusion. Within dense jungles and tropical canopies, green is more than beauty. It is a form of survival, allowing many snakes to disappear among fresh leaves, twisting vines, and layered shadows. The green mamba, green pit viper, and green boomslang all use that color to become part of the forest itself. Often before nearby prey can even notice the quiet movement beside them. The green mamba stands out with its slender body, reaching nearly 8 feet in length and moving across branches with remarkable balance. Different species of green mambas are found throughout the forests of Africa, where they commonly hunt small birds, lizards, and tree-dwelling animals. With powerful neurotoxic venom, it does not rely on noise or intimidation. Instead, it depends on silence, sharp awareness, and perfectly timed movement. To continue the cycle of survival, a female mamba may lay up to 17 eggs during a breeding season. The green pit viper represents a different kind of hunter built for sudden ambushes. It often coils along low branches, blending into the leaves while waiting for prey to move within range. In many viper species, the strike can happen in under 100 milliseconds, faster than the defensive reaction of many small animals. Because of that, the encounter is often over before the forest itself seems to react. The green boomslang hunts through patience and exceptional observation. With a slender body measuring around 6 feet long, it quietly follows chameleons, tree frogs, or young birds through the canopy. Chameleons survive through camouflage, yet remaining still can sometimes become a weakness. As a rear-fanged snake, the boomslang must maintain contact long enough for its venom to take effect. It does not rely on explosive speed, but on sharp vision and precise timing. Across the sunlit savanna, some footsteps are heavy enough to make an entire herd of antelope change direction. A male lion creates pressure not only with its roar, but with a body weighing over 400 pounds, a thick mane, and a commanding presence across the open grassland. It stands as a symbol of strength, territory, and pride dominance. But within the dry grass ahead, a much smaller opponent carries its own dangerous boundary. It is the black mamba, Africa's longest venomous snake. At around 14 feet long, it carries remarkable speed, alertness, and defensive instinct. A single meal for the black mamba can exceed 1 pound of food, providing enough energy to sustain it for several days. The confrontation begins with one step too close. The lion turns through the tall grass, unintentionally forcing the solitary snake into a narrow space. The black mamba immediately raises the front of its body, reveals the dark interior of its mouth, and gives a clear warning signal. It is not seeking a prolonged confrontation. For this snake, warning is a way to conserve energy and avoid unnecessary risk. If the distance continues to close, a defensive strike can trigger a serious neurotoxic response, sometimes involving around 0.004 ounces of venom or more. At that boundary, even a lion must remain cautious. In southern Africa, the snouted cobra emerges as a silent ground predator. With a length that can approach nearly 8 feet, this snake is recognized by its distinctive snout, which helps it search through brush, soft soil, and hidden shelters. Rather than simply waiting for prey to pass by, it actively moves across the grasslands, using its forked tongue and strong sense of smell to interpret lingering traces carried through the air. A target appears, a large monitor lizard weighing around 15 pounds crossing an open stretch of ground. Instead of prolonging the encounter with a strong and agile opponent, the snouted cobra chooses a cautious approach. It raises the front of its body, maintains distance, then delivers one short and remarkably precise forward motion before quickly pulling back. The next close approaches are not meant to display power, but to create pressure and reduce the prey's escape options. Its venom yield can reach around 0.005 ounces, affecting the nervous system and gradually reducing reaction speed. As a result, the encounter does not become a prolonged struggle that wastes energy. In the world of hunting snakes, the true advantage does not come from noise, but from appearing at the right moment and retreating with perfect timing. In the desert, life is never loud. Scorching sand, limited shade, and infrequent prey force every movement to cost valuable energy. Within this harsh environment, the sidewinder rattlesnake and the Sahara sand viper emerge as two ambush specialists perfectly adapted to loose sand terrain. For the sidewinder, the hunt begins with the terrain. When changing position, it uses sidewinding, pushing its body diagonally to reduce contact with the hot sand and maintain grip on the shifting surface. It does not chase continuously, but crosses the heated sand to reach areas marked by the traces of lizards, small rodents, or young birds. Its speed can reach around 18 miles per hour under suitable conditions, but its true advantage lies in how it chooses an ambush position. Once the sidewinder finds the right spot, it buries part of its body beneath the sand and keeps its head ready. The moment prey moves too close, the advantage of distance almost disappears. For the Sahara sand viper, the strategy resembles a motionless trap. Its body, often measuring around 24 inches long, blends naturally with the color of the sand. During the evening hours, it can bury itself almost completely beneath the surface, turning the desert into nearly perfect camouflage. When prey moves close enough, one short and remarkably precise strike can immediately shift the encounter. In a place where survival is tested every day, the true survivor is not the one that moves the most, but the one that wastes the least movement. Nature offers little room for error, only adaptation refined through generations. Across the dry grasslands, sparse forests, and sun-scorched rocks of North America, the rattlesnake emerges as a silent ambush predator. Within a body often reaching around 6 feet long are biological systems designed to conserve energy. Its tail, formed from dry keratin segments, creates a warning sound that helps avoid many unnecessary confrontations. During most hunts, the rattlesnake does not pursue prey over long distances. Once prey moves within range, it delivers a remarkably fast strike, then often retreats while tracking the target through scent. The venom of the eastern diamondback rattlesnake is primarily hemotoxic, affecting circulation and body function. An average venom yield can reach nearly 0.016 ounces, making it one of the most venomous rattlesnake species in North America. Throughout the wetlands of the southeastern United States, the eastern diamondback rattlesnake occasionally encounters rarer opportunities. When a young alligator leaves the water's edge to absorb warmth beneath the sun, the exposed ground makes it easier to monitor. The snake keeps its body low and its head steady, using heat-sensing pits to detect warmth while gradually reducing the distance. Once the smaller target enters striking range, the encounter unfolds extremely quickly. Even in a limited ecological role, the snake still contributes to maintaining balance among younger alligator populations within the wetlands. In those wetlands, the line between hunter and hunted can reverse within a single moment. That is the quiet rhythm of nature beneath the dry grass. Beneath the rainforest canopy of Africa, a patterned shape rests motionless among layers of fallen leaves, almost completely blending into the forest floor. It is the Gaboon viper, a master of camouflage with a body stretching beyond 6 feet, and, in larger individuals, weighing over 40 pounds. Its strength does not come from long pursuits, but from turning stillness into a highly effective hunting strategy. With its massive body and leaf-like patterns, the Gaboon viper can remain motionless for long periods, waiting for prey to move within favorable range. When the moment arrives, the silence breaks with one extremely fast and precise forward motion. Fangs reaching nearly 2 inches in length allow it to gain the advantage within seconds before the forest settles back into its natural, quiet rhythm. The life cycle of this snake unfolds with the same silence. Rather than laying eggs, the female gives birth to fully formed young already capable of early independence. A single reproductive cycle can produce nearly 50 offspring, continuing a survival strategy that remains quiet, patient, and enduring beneath the shadows of the rainforest. A sudden movement flashes through the forest as the yellow-throated marten closes in. It moves in quickly, stays relentless, and gives almost no time for a response. The target is forced backward, while even other predators hesitate for a moment. Deep within the dense wilderness, this small hunter creates pressure through pure speed alone. Once it begins to accelerate, which side can still hold the advantage? Yellow-throated marten is a small carnivorous mammal found across many forests throughout Asia. Its slender body, balancing tail, and agile legs allow it to move with remarkable speed. Its diet is highly varied, ranging from wild fruits to birds, reptiles, and small mammals. That adaptability makes it a bold and unpredictable hunter in the wild. Within natural ecosystems, this marten also plays an important role in maintaining ecological balance. In the forests of Asia, the yellow-throated marten stands out as a small yet bold predator. Though often considered solitary, it can coordinate in pairs when the opportunity arises. Weighing only around 7 pounds, this marten is still capable of putting pressure on much larger opponents. In Jim Corbett National Park, one observation recorded 2 individuals taking turns closing in on an adult rhesus macaque. They maintained just enough distance to force the monkey to keep turning in defense. Each moment of slower reaction created a new opening, gradually increasing the pressure over time. In another situation, a single marten approached a large rhesus macaque. Weighing about 17 pounds, the monkey resisted intensely, but age had reduced its reflexes. Meanwhile, the marten kept shifting direction, maintaining pressure and steadily wearing down its opponent's stamina. The standoff continued for several minutes before the balance clearly shifted. In the wild, speed is not everything. Intelligence and coordination are what ultimately determine the outcome. The forest is never truly silent. As squirrels leave their nests to forage, the yellow-throated marten joins the moment. There is no signal, no second chance. Every movement is observed, every misstep is exploited. In this pursuit, a single moment of exposure can create serious risk. Instead of rushing straight in, the predator constantly shifts direction, using interwoven branches high above to approach. Each advance is slow but precise, creating almost no disturbance in the surrounding environment. In Estes Park, one chase unfolds around a large tree trunk. The wary squirrel changes direction repeatedly, relying on reflex to escape. Meanwhile, the marten stays close, maintaining pressure for several minutes. With an ankle structure that can rotate nearly 180 degrees, it changes direction in an instant, turning vertical surfaces into a movement advantage. The two circle continuously, like a test of endurance and focus. At times, the marten disappears from view, leaving the target disoriented. But even a small mistake can shift the outcome. With a hunting success rate often below 15%, each meal becomes a result of persistence. At the edge of a northern forest, where wetlands and grasslands blend together, an elk calf stays close behind its mother, moving through the open gaps. Weighing around 30 pounds, the newborn is still agile, but it remains fully dependent on the vigilance of the adult elk. The experienced yellow-throated marten never seeks a direct confrontation with powerful adult elk. Instead, it waits patiently in concealment. It reacts at the exact moment the calf loses rhythm, drifting slightly outside the protective range of its mother, and begins to circle in from a wider angle. Another member of the herd shows signs of intervening, but the situation is too uncertain, and it quickly withdraws. At times, the pressure is not delivered through a sudden move. It comes from continuous pursuit, forcing the young animal to navigate unstable, muddy ground. With each brief hesitation, the distance to safety narrows by just a few inches. Without the speed or experience to fully break away from a persistent predator, the chase quickly turns in the marten's favor. In the wild, opportunities rarely last long. Survival belongs to those who choose their moment carefully. maintain disciplined distance, and withdraw decisively before risk outweighs advantage. Hares are known as symbols of alertness. Their sensitive ears and ability to burst up to about 45 miles per hour help them escape danger on the ground. But in the forest, speed is not always an absolute shield. When the yellow-throated marten follows the hare's scent trail, it rarely chooses a direct confrontation. The small predator slips through the undergrowth, changes direction quickly, and uses tree trunks, fallen logs, and leaf litter as cover. With its slender body, flexible legs, and sharp reflexes, it closes the distance through persistence rather than strength. Unlike the stoat, the so-called hypnotic dance is not a clearly documented typical strategy of the yellow-throated marten. This species is better known for its ability to pursue, climb, and sometimes hunt in pairs or small groups. As the hare changes direction through the narrow forest, the marten continues to apply pressure, forcing its opponent to spend energy with every movement. When the cold season covers the forest floor with deep snow, the chase becomes even more tense. At times, it can stretch on for a long while, but for the marten, the cold does not reduce its need for energy. It only makes every hunting opportunity more valuable. The encounter ends with one lesson. The advantage does not belong only to speed, but also to endurance and timing. The yellow-throated marten is a small predator, yet notably bold in the wild. It does not hunt only on the ground. It uses its flexible body to move quickly through the high canopy. Beneath the dense forest cover, one individual pursues a crow through a maze of branches. When the distance cannot be closed, it is forced to pause. With leaps of up to about 13 feet, it attempts to bridge the gap between them. In response, the crow drops to a lower height and releases sharp warning calls, asserting control of the airspace. When a direct approach proves ineffective, the marten shifts strategy. In low light, it follows the scent traces of birds with a keen sense of smell. Instead of chasing, it searches for nests high above. With sharp claws and strong balance, it can reach positions that are difficult to access. From small birds to larger species, all can become potential targets. Eggs and nestlings are the most vulnerable. Even adult birds, such as long-billed waterfowl, are not always safe when caught off guard. In the wild, a single retreat is not a failure. It is an adjustment to find a more effective opportunity. The yellow-throated marten quietly moves from the canopy down to the ground, its eyes carefully watching every small movement in the tall grass. Nearby, a domestic cat is foraging around the edge of a residential area, remaining alert to any strange sounds. Without warning, the marten rushes in quickly. It uses surprise and speed to close the distance. The cat reacts immediately, arching its back, growling softly, and backing away to maintain a safe distance. In just a few seconds, the tension sharply rises, and then the cat turns and flees to escape the danger. In another situation, a marten sneaks around an area with food. But when it encounters a larger and stronger cat, it quickly recognizes the risk. Choosing not to confront it, the marten immediately retreats, disappearing into the bushes to stay safe. Even a young ocelot can be overwhelmed when it lacks the ability to fight back or escape. However, in nature, no creature truly stands above all others. In rare instances, the yellow-throated marten can become prey for larger predators, including the leopard. Deep within the dense forest canopy, the reproductive cycle of the marten is a marvel of evolution. Mating occurs in the summer, but the embryos delay their development to wait out the harsh winter. In early spring, the mother marten carefully selects a secluded tree hollow to make her nest. Here, 2 to 3 tiny kits are born. They are incredibly fragile, blind, and hairless, relying entirely on their mother. As her instincts take over, the mother becomes a resilient warrior, hunting tirelessly to provide nourishment for her young. More than a month later, the young martens open their eyes and grow a beautiful coat of fur. Under the strict training of their mother, they sharply hone their survival skills. When autumn arrives, these proud young hunters leave the nest. The orca concludes the hunt through the power of pack intelligence. It does not rely on pursuit alone, but also controls the movement and direction of its target. In the ocean, survival belongs to those that coordinate at exactly the right moment. If you enjoy the world beneath the waves, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Beneath the dark water, the call of the orca still echoes like the signature of an ocean ruler.